Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope that you guys are all doing well this January. I believe by the time you guys see this, it'll probably be close to February or already in February. I'm not sure how I'm going to be uploading, but I kind of just wanted to have a chit chat with you guys. I feel like a lot is going on. I feel like I have a lot of plans. I've been really sitting back and thinking about life and what I need to change in our homeschool and in my everyday life. And I know that a lot of you mamas are feeling the same way probably. This is around the time that we start to feel that burnt out feeling with school. And what's crazy, you guys, is we are literally only on... Are we on 60? Less than 60? We have so much more to do, and it's because we started later and we're taking a lot of time off, so it feels a little different for me this year. So yeah, so I just wanted to kind of talk to you guys, show you guys what I have been having on my heart and things that I have coming out. I have so much to put on my website, and I just keep putting it off, you guys. It's just one of the things that sometimes priority just kind of, you know, takes over. And right now, homeschool is my #1 priority, is teaching the kids. Other than, you know, taking care of the house and, you know, my husband and things like that. But it really just takes all of my time, I swear. So I just wanted to sit back and talk to you guys and just kind of tell you what has been on my mind. I do have notes, so if you guys see me looking down and you know, taking my eyes off the camera, off you guys, then that is why. So the first thing that I really found myself doing is I love YouTube. I love you guys. I love being able to tell our story with you guys. I love being able to be a place where other moms can come and find inspiration and joy and encouragement and, you know, new ways of organizing or curriculum finds, books, hauls, things like that. I love sharing. It's just, it really has a place in my heart. And finding that friendship with you guys through this, it has really been a joy for me. Being able to converse with you guys down in the comments or through my DM, it really is a blessing. And I know being a viewer, because I am also a YouTube viewer, I watch other channels, and being a viewer, you really get a lot out of whatever that creator is putting out for you. At least I do with a lot of the channels that I watch. Now, with that being said, understand that we as creators are also getting back from you guys. You are a main motivator for me and this channel, knowing that either I'm helping or I'm building friendships with some of you guys. You know, things like that. That's what keeps me motivated. You guys keep me on my toes. You guys keep me in line with what I need to be doing. So I appreciate you guys so much. And I just want to, you know, let you guys all know that I really, truly read all of your comments, and I try to get back to you guys as fast as I can. But like, you know, there's just some things that I just have to put on hold when I'm taking care of other things. Do you know what I mean? And not saying that I put you guys on hold, but YouTube is not like my family and my kids. So even though I look at you guys as friends and you know, just something that's positive in my life, I still have to focus on my house. That's what God wants from all of us moms. So if I find like most of my attention is going towards something other than that, I kind of have to step back and reevaluate and see like, okay, what do I need to be doing here? You know what I mean? So that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm still obviously going to be putting up YouTube videos. I just cannot make it one of like my main things that I'm focusing on. I can't do all things, you guys. I can't, you know, and even though I try and I want to, and I'm a people pleaser and all of that, like I just can't do it all. I don't have enough time in a day, you guys. You know how it is. Okay, so with that being said, my thoughts are on God, on my family, taking time out. I find myself really busy all the time. If it's not curriculum things, getting ready for the next week, doing grading, researching for it, editing my videos, filming my videos, prepping for my videos. And then I have housework I'm taking care of, cleaning the house, you know, laundry, dishes, just the everyday things that you have to keep up on. And I find myself falling back on, you know, mopping the floors and dusting as much as I would like to. And, you know, so on top of cooking, you know how it is to be a mom, to be a wife. So, you know, and then like I find myself always busy. So I have really been reflecting on that. And for instance, my daughter wanted to play games the other day and I'm like, I'm really busy, I'll try to play tomorrow or whatever. And I feel like I put things like that off and I don't want to. You know, she's my main priority and my son's my main priority and my husband's my main priority. So that is what I'm going to be trying to kind of take control over, is putting other things on hold for that. My dishes can wait. My editing can wait. Things like that. Even though I love my YouTube channel, you guys, I've really worked really hard. I have so many videos on this channel. I've done so many hours in preparing, in organizing, in editing, in filming, in just all the things that go along with YouTube. Like I have truly poured my heart into it because I really love doing it. I really enjoy doing it. I really enjoy you know, the connection that it builds, but I have to really focus on playing games with my kids when I have free time. So that's what I've been really focusing on. I've kind of scaled back on my videos per week. I'm thinking I'll be putting out 1 video per week. Once in a while you may see a couple, but for the most part I'm going to be doing that. I also want to start uploading more things to my website. I have created so many things, you guys, and it just takes so much time to upload. And when I have the time, I try to film or edit because I feel like I have to have the videos up, and I don't. I really don't. This is not a job for me. I love it. It truly comes from my heart. So I'm managing that right now, you guys. So if you guys don't see a lot of content coming out from my channel, that is why. That is why. So with that being said, so I've been trying to focus a little bit more on spending time with the family and getting my household things done. So they are definitely my priority. Now, like I said, I love YouTube. I love being able to hang out with you guys and make content, and I'll still continue to do that. But we as moms have to know where our priority is going. So like if you guys are involved in doing something and it's taking up a lot of your time and you feel overwhelmed by it, scale it back a little bit, focus on God, and He will lead you in the direction which is to Him and your family, right? Okay, so stepping away from me personally, I'm going to talk a little bit about school. So I found in December, I barely did anything, you guys. Like, I did not do a lot. I did get my report cards done. That is a must. I have to get them done every quarter or I'll fall so far behind. I think I corrected that last week of school to do the report. I don't remember, but I corrected. I think I was caught up on correcting grade or papers and things, but I am finding, this is so embarrassing to say, I have not corrected Tally's papers for 3 weeks. Horrible. It's horrible, you guys, because I need to know where she's at. I know with math, because it does it automatically, we use teaching textbooks. But as far as like language arts, I do sit kind of like over her sometimes and I'll see, or I'll double check. She's working through like book reports, which will lead me into something else very soon. But she's been doing book reports and encyclopedia reports and stuff like that. So I have to oversee that anyways, and I have to proofread and stuff like that for her rough drafts. So I am still correcting those things, but it's like her everyday papers, her worksheets, I have not corrected, you guys. I am so ashamed to say. That is something that I'm going to work on. I have to get it done every weekend, but I'm telling you guys, after December, it's been so hard to get back into my mama rhythm. Homeschool really has just been its own thing right now, and I'll go to that in a minute. But just my own like mama teacher responsibilities, I feel like I'm slipping. So let me know if you guys are feeling the same way down below. If you guys have watched my other videos, you know I was planning on having a health book out for the kids starting for second quarter. That I totally just like washed off my list to do because I wanted to hang out in December with the kids. So I took that away, and I basically just, we taught them safety through the good and the beautiful, and we just actually finished that up. But we doubled up on that instead of science. It's a long story. I'll get into that in a second. But from there, third quarter is when we'll do that. I do have to start on that book. But like I rushed, I had to get our Titanic unit study done. We were supposed to start that last week. We did not start it. Instead, we replaced it with George Carver. Like, it's been like a whole lot of mixing and moving and shifting and trying to figure things out. So if you guys are feeling like, oh my gosh, I don't have this ready, switch things around, do things differently, do 2 maths in a day and save that for the next week. Like, there's so many different ways you can mix things up so your days work for you. But anyways, that is totally off the topic I was on. I do that a lot. But mama duties, like, I've totally slacked on. Now, I will say I did finish my Titanic unit study, and I'm so excited. The kids were so bummed that we didn't start it last week, but it is done, ready, printed, all ready for them. Again, I really want to focus on the website. I need to get more stuff out there for you guys. I'm kind of going back and forth on keeping my website up, and or if I want to delete it or cancel it and move everything over to Etsy. The only thing with Etsy that this is my struggle, you guys, and I'm struggling really hard with this. Okay, so let me back up a little bit. With my website, I have to pay monthly on it. So if I'm not bringing any income in for that, I can't pay on it. We are a 1-person income family, and we live in a very expensive state. So it has been so tough. But you know, with God's grace and his help, we're getting through everything. But that website costs me money. So when I'm not making money, it has to come out of what my husband's earning, and we need that for bills. You guys probably can relate. So I'm really struggling with that, and Etsy is a lot cheaper to run it. Now my struggle is, it's not the website itself, because the website is a website. Okay, yes, I was excited to have it. I'm excited that I have it, but it's a website, you guys. On the website, I can offer free Bible supplements for you guys. They're free. I never wanted to charge for Bible supplements. I feel like it's my way of, you know, I don't know, helping or, you know, bringing God's word to families. You know, I just feel like I shouldn't charge for that, and I don't want to. But with Etsy, you can't have anything free on there. Like, I can't list a free downloadable file. I have to charge. And they charge you when things go through like PayPal and stuff. There's like a little fee, and they charge you to have things listed. Super cheap compared to the website. But I'd still have to charge. Now, I went back and forth, and I've talked to family and friends, and they're like, Liz, the moms are gonna understand if you have to charge $1 for the download. I'm like, I know, but when I started it, I really never wanted to charge for Bible, and I still don't. Like, I would not make anything off of it if it was $1, because it would pay the fees. But it's just the fact of having to put a price on it. I don't know, it's been really hard for me to decide on that. But I'm struggling over here, you guys, and I don't want to like let you guys down, or, you know, I don't know. God knows where my heart is. So but anyways, comment down below, let me know your guys' thoughts on that. But I'm thinking that I have to start downloading all these cool things that I am creating, just in case you guys want something to use, especially if you guys are using the same curriculums, or you guys see something that I use on my channel and you guys think that it looks cool, you guys can get it. That's the reason I'm making these available to you guys, is because I'm already creating them for our house. These are things that we actually use. And I'm like, if I'm gonna create them, I might as well put them up available for everybody else. You know what I mean? So, and if it cuts time out for you guys, especially mamas that have, you know, 4, 5, 6 kids, girl, I got you. Because I don't know how you moms do it. I have 2 and it's hard. Okay, so moving on from that, I did want to share that I am trying to get back into meal planning, budgeting our grocery list. Groceries are outrageous right now. Everything's outrageous right now. Tell me if you guys are feeling me on that. So I'm trying to figure out like how to cut costs. And that was something that I was thinking that would make it a lot easier and I can stay on a budget. So I'm trying to do like a budget meal planning, and then like, you know, doing my list for groceries instead of just like going on to Walmart and adding all kinds of things. One thing that is cool, I will say, about doing the pickup is, or delivery, however you guys do it. I do the pickup with Walmart, but it's cool because you can actually see the total. You know what I mean? So you can look through your list and you're like, oh my gosh, $250. What, for a week of groceries? Hold on, let me scale it back a little bit. So you can go in there and kind of like navigate what you're doing and take things away, put things back on there. So much better than going to the grocery store, going to the checkout line, and it's $300 and then you walk out having a heart attack or throwing up. I don't know, one or the other, headache, something happens, right? So I went ahead and I created this little meal plan, and it goes Monday through Sunday, and it goes breakfast all the way to dinner, and then we have snacks and desserts here. So I am going to be using this weekend. I'm going to do a day in the life with like a plan, not a day in the life. I'm going to do like a plan, prep, and create. Or maybe I'll call it a day in the life, hang out with me or something. I don't know. But I'm going to be doing my meal planning because I have to order my groceries. And then I came up with doing this one, and this one's a grocery list. Now, doing it online, it makes it easier because it doesn't matter what department you're in, because you can go wherever online. But if you're in the store, I thought this would be kind of cool because I broke it down. So we have produce, meat, pantry food, bakery, dairy, and whatever this is. So if you guys went to the grocery store and you guys were in the produce department, you just go straight from this box here. If you're in the meat department, you go straight through that box there. I mean, it's easier to do that online too, because then you could just scroll through. If you put in fruits and vegetables, you just go through fruits and vegetables, put your list here. So I did that. Another thing I made for myself for this January is a monthly bills sheet. Now I redid it. I didn't print out the one that I redid. So it just monthly bills, you put your month here, so January. I did make the little boxes smaller just because this is not enough lines for bills for some of us, you guys. So basically you put your bill here. We have the due on, paid on, amount due, and the amount paid. And then you have this section here where you can just check it off when you paid it. I had something similar to this that I created. It was really basic, so I like this one better because I put a little bit more detail to it instead of just adding it. Another thing I came up with is this little chores sheet here. Just mama chores, you know, just to put Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Usually what I was doing is, when I wasn't very overwhelmed like I feel right now, but what I was trying to do is every day whenever I find time, I either go clean the counters in the kitchen, or I go clean the family room, or I'm constantly cleaning the toilets and the bathroom and the sink and stuff. I do that pretty much every other day. But like, I'll just find little gaps throughout the day and do it. But if I have it kind of on here, it's something that I can look at and check off, and then I feel like I accomplished something. So that's why I love my list, you guys, because I just love that feeling of like checking off that box and being like, actually visually seeing how many things you got done that day. You know what I mean? It could be kind of sad though when you don't mark them off and then you're like, oh my gosh, I have to add that to tomorrow's list. So I don't know, it could go both ways, I guess. So that's something I'm working on, and I feel like that will kind of keep me in line. But stuff like that is things that I want to put on my website for you guys, just in case you guys would be interested in something like that. Let's see, so that is all about meal prepping. I already talked about getting all my grading done. I kind of threw in there about my unit studies, but I didn't really talk about that much. I have so many unit studies that I have to prepare and create for this like quarter. We already worked through our George Washington Carver. We start our Titanic this coming up Monday. And then we have like the Wright brothers. We have, oh my gosh, I don't even know, you guys, but I have like, I'm looking at the books over there that I have to do them on. And when you create something like that, I have to read the whole book. So I have to read the book, do the questions, figure out what type of activity or how I want to do it for the girls. Then I have to, so I write everything out in a notebook, literally. This is my notebook. It's kind of, it's kind of banged up, but this is my notebook. I have my tabs on here for Titanic and what you're eating, and oh my goodness, you guys. So I write it all in there, and then I have to create it on the computer, and then I have to print everything out, and then I have to bind it. So it's like this huge process, right? So I'm like, okay, if I can eliminate these things for other moms that are looking for unit studies like this, let me do it. But anyway, so I have a lot of those that I have to do, and I want to have them done soon. Now, because I waited and I put things off, I'm going to be like playing catch up. I know, for this whole quarter. Man, maybe this whole year. I don't even know, you guys, but my plan is to try to catch up and be ahead on the unit studies, at least by like a month. I want to be ahead of each unit study by a month, just in case. But one good thing that I will say that what we are doing is when we don't have anything for that week, or like if I don't have something prepared, we'll just read out of the Notgrass curriculum book on things that we are not doing as unit studies. So we will skip through the unit studies, or the ones we're doing on unit studies. We will read the ones that we are not doing, so we're not missing days, because I need that book done by this year. Because we're starting a new curriculum next year. So we're changing curriculums for next year. So I want to be through that book this year. So anyways, I'm trying to be back on task with that. That brings me to the next thing. So if you guys have been around my channel, you know that my sister and I do school together. We teach the 4 kids together. We kind of rotate and switch off on the kids, and we're constantly teaching a kid throughout the day. We're teaching a subject throughout the day, no matter what. It just depends on what subject and what kid we're teaching. There's been a lot of cases of ENL at my husband's work. So instead of it running through the families, if we happen to get it again, I just told her stay home for a few weeks, just in case, because they keep popping up. Like, he has a lot of cases, okay? And so I don't want to be the cause of them getting sick again, like we were the cause last time. So I'm just like, just stay away for a couple weeks. Let's just make sure that his work gets contained and like the cases are gone. Now, I don't know the severity of these cases. I don't know anything about them, but I just know that the number is going up at his work. So we separated, and we were supposed to do Titanic, and the girls were so excited, you guys. That's all they were talking about. And so we put it off, and we were going to start it this last Monday, but we didn't, because I was like, let's just do George Carver. That way we can be together when we do it. Well, more cases came up this week, and he's been going to work. So, and it's like been people kind of around him. So I told her just stay home another week. So we have to start Titanic. So what I figured is we're gonna read through Titanic's Who Was book, and then next week when they come, we're gonna do all the fun stuff. We're gonna watch the well, I don't know if the documentaries are fun. They're very sad, because I've been researching, because I had to do the book, you guys. So, or the workbook. So I cried as I was reading through the book. Right? And of course you're picturing the movie Titanic and all the things, right? So I'm like crying, and then I'm reading or looking through the documentaries and the artifacts, and I'm like crying. You guys, it's a sad one, but it's an interesting story, and there's so many different things that could have gone a different way, and they would have been fine. It's so horrible. So anyway, so we're gonna read through the book and do the booklet as we are apart, but then we're gonna do like all the like activities. We have like a drawing that they're gonna do, documentaries. I don't really know, you guys. I haven't done all the activities yet, because there's not very much on Pinterest, so I have to try to be creative. But anyway, so that's my thing about Titanic. That's why we waited, and yeah, so that's that. Okay, so another thing that I'm doing is we are noticing that the kids have not really done any oral reports, and I feel like it's really important, especially our 8th grader. Well, she was in private school, and she did oral reports when she was in private school up until 4th grade, but she's been homeschooling since 5th grade, and she's in 8th grade. So They do, you know, oral Bible memorizations with us and stuff like that, but they haven't really done like a big presentation. So what we are planning on doing is we are going to have them do a oral report on ecosystems at the end of the quarter. So I'm going to come up with worksheets, like a guide that they can kind of use to do the oral report. And then we're not sure like if they're going to make like an ecosystem, what is it called? Ecosystem display. Oh my gosh, you guys, that was like way gone from me. Or if we're gonna have them do some sort of board, or we'll talk to them and see what they want to do with it. But we are gonna have them do an oral animal study. Another thing that we've been doing is for the 2 younger kids, we use Abeka for language arts, but the kids were so bored with their readers that we decided we don't need them anymore. So we're not doing reading through Abeka. I do the book reports when they call for a book report, or I try to have Tally kind of like on that, oh my gosh, what is wrong with me, you guys? That timing of when she will line up with their book reports. If it doesn't line up completely, that's fine. I kind of work around it, but I do kind of use theirs as a guide. And so she has been reading her books. She's already done 2 book reports this year. This last one she kind of struggled with, knowing like, because we have their guide, and I'm not really fond of their guide, you guys. I love that they have that like checklist thing that you can do to make sure everything's in there. But I kind of did something different, and I'm working on an actual report guide for her separately, but I want to do more research and see which one will work best for her and kind of like manipulate things around the way I want them to be for her, if that makes sense. But I did come up with something that I'm going to have her fill out after all of her just stories. So she doesn't do a book report on all of her books that she reads. I think she has like 4 a year, I think 1 for every quarter. But on the books that I'm having her read on her own, because we don't have comprehension questions, and like I can't tell if she's really understanding the story or knowing what she's writing or reading about, I thought I should come up with something that could help her with that. So I went ahead and I put this little sheet together. I don't know if you can see it, but it basically says book review. It has a book title. You put the author, the date started and finished, the book genre, and then the number of pages in that book. And then I have some questions. Did you enjoy this book? Do you like the characters? Did you like the ending? And then next to it are these little books. And so the books are there so she can color them, kind of like a 5-star review. So she could color in how many books she thought that it was good. You know, I used books instead of stars. I thought it was cute. And then who was your favorite character and why? And then I want her to write a summary about the book, just to kind of tell me a little bit about it. Nothing crazy, just like, you know, the basics. So I'm having her do this just to kind of hold her accountable for her reading and to make sure that she's reading what, or understanding what she's reading. So I was thinking I could put something like this together on my website as well, but I wanted to finish with the actual book report guide thing and do it kind of like a packet, because I'd rather do them as packets instead of one single download. So that's something else I'm working on to do. She already filled one of them out. At first she's like, I have a book report. No, Tally, this is like a little survey just to find out how you liked it and stuff. So I made it sound fun and she was cool doing it. So what else? Math. Okay, so what we've been doing is, this is the first year that I've really like branched off and kind of done things how I wanted to do them. Well, myself and my sister. My sister's kind of just like, whatever, Liz, whatever you think's good. Let me see what you have planned. That kind of thing. Like she'll just see what I have planned and she'll be like, yeah, that's cool, or no, I don't think we should do that. So for the most part, she's usually on board. But so for math, we've been taking off Fridays. So, because Fridays are usually our fun days. And because math doesn't have as many lessons. Now, one thing I will mention, in a school year, it's counted as 180 days for most of us. I think all of us, or most of us, I'm not sure. It depends on what state you're in. So with teaching textbooks, I think they have like 120 units or lessons, or 114 lessons. And then they have like 16 or 18 quizzes or something like that. So they don't have 180 days worth of math. So we called HSLDA to find out. what we do in that case of the curriculum being less days than how many are required throughout the year. Now, to our understanding, she said that it was fine if that's the curriculum for the whole year. That's the curriculum for the whole year, because they may spread it out. You can add things in, things like that, but it's not required. Now, don't take what I'm saying to the heart, okay? You guys, if you guys are thinking about doing something like that, check for yourselves, get the answer. You know, I'm just telling you, relaying what we heard. So what I wanted to do is, so we were taking off Fridays. Now, we took the whole month of December off, and we've taken some vacations as well. So I'm kind of nervous that we are not going to finish on time. So I have to sit back and kind of see how our days are adding up if we keep taking off Fridays. So my sister and I talked, and I think we're going to add in math every other Friday. So 2 weeks out of the month, we're doing math. 2 weeks out of the month, what? No. 2 Fridays out of the month we are doing math, and 2 Fridays out of the month we are not doing math. And then we'll see. And if we get done early, we get done early. If I feel like the kids need more help with stuff, we'll give them different sheets to do. That's what we've been doing anyways. And let me tell you, the things that I've been working on with my daughter with multiplication, she has been doing great in her classes. She's been getting hundreds. So it pays off to kind of dip in and add a little bit more substance to those classes if you need to. So that's math. All right, you guys, I think that's all I needed to catch you guys up on. I know it's a little here and there and everywhere, but that's kind of where my brain's at right now, you guys. That kind of explains to you guys how I've been feeling. But I hope that you guys enjoyed this little catch up and chat, and leave me a comment down below. Let me know if you guys are in the same boat with me on certain things. Let me know if you guys would like to have those printables available to you guys, and let me know your guys' thoughts on my website. That would be so helpful to me. I just don't want to let any of you guys down, and yeah, so that's where I'm at. I hope you guys are all doing well. Thanks again for hanging out with me. I always love spending some time with you guys, and be safe, be blessed, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.
Had more of your smile. What if the wind could spread your love? What if your sweetness could reach everyone? There'd be no wars,